Before I get started today, I'd like to shout out Johnny Ambergy. He supports this channel on a certain level over on Patreon. Therefore, at the beginning of every month, he gets a vocal shout out. So, thanks a bunch, Johnny. Let's get into the video. What is up today, guys? Today, I thought it'd be super cool to check out a new dimension of animation. Today we'll be playing around with 2D animation and trying to learn it, because I haven't done any kind of 2D animation work since friggin' 10th grade. It was probably called Flashback at that point. Now we're going to be trying out Adobe Animate. I have 2020 version of it anyway, and I've found a few tutorials online that I'm going to run through. I'll be taking notes, and hopefully by the end of this we can make something that's actually kind of neat. Maybe not epic because I'm just learning it, but neat. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to be rolling with. We're going to be checking out a new dimension. Let's do it. So the first tutorial that I watched was from a channel called Rubber Ninja, and it was called How to Animate Start Here, Adobe Animator for Beginners. And from this, I pretty much just followed along because, like I said, I haven't done any 2D animation on what was then Flash since like 10th grade. And that was about 2014, so we're looking at, 7-ish years ago. So I very much needed to be reacquainted with the program. So this video pretty much just reintroduced me. It walked me through the brushes and how to use some hotkeys and pretty much just the overall layout, the interface, the tools, and how to do things, how to be functional within this program. Some specific things I learned was like how to do a bouncing ball, the difference between the line tool and the brush. One thing I learned was how to maneuver the pivots to kind of create this false arm bend, like a bone in an arm where things just pivot, like at the elbow, at the wrist, and stuff like that. From this video, I also learned that symbols can have their own timelines within the overall timeline, which is really kind of crazy to wrap your mind around, but really cool at the same time. So I pretty much just made this little red guy, and he only has like 3 drawings that I just looped, and it gives off the basics of a walk, the absolute basics. And then just motion between the background to the left, motion between him to the right a hair, and you get this like really terrible walk. But again, it's just to learn the tools, the basics of this stuff. Then from that video I went on and searched for another tutorial, and I found this channel called Tip Tut. In his video, Intro to Adobe Animate Full Course, episodes 1 through 4, it's about 3 hours long. I learned some really cool stuff. A lot of it was just repetition from what I heard from Rubber Ninja. However, repetition is key pretty much when I'm learning something new. Maybe not for you, but for me, definitely is. And it just seemed like the more I watched him go through this whole process, I felt more confident in just watching him. I didn't exactly do a ton of following with this one. It was more of just like my eyes visually just soaking it in, and it seemed to really work. One cool thing I did learn from him that I didn't get from the other one is the bone tool. So I drew up this quick skeleton. It's not great, it's not really accurate at all, but I did it just because, bone tool. And then I put some bones in him, and I could move his arms around, move his head. Now, I'm sure that there are way more advanced rigs, but, for my first time, not terrible. So after watching those tutorials, I felt pretty dang confident. So I decided, I'm going to go ahead and recreate in 2D one of my first 3D animations, which was a ball going through an obstacle course. So I then just made the obstacle course almost to a T of what the 3D one was, and I just animated this little ball rolling through here. Is it perfect? No, but considering that I'm still very much new at 2D animation, I'm pretty proud of it. So this one wasn't exactly frame by frame, but it was every other frame that I drew the change in a daisy growing. And this one was kind of fun because I started out with just nothing there in the ground, and then I went to the very end and drew my daisy. And then I went to the midway point, found where that was going to be, and then I kept going in between each frame and kind of doing the in-betweens, drawing the middle of where it was and where it's going to be. And I think it turned out, you know, alright for what it is. And I even got a little ground burst going out. I kind of like it. Alright, so now that we've made some stuff, I mean, nothing earth-shattering or, you know, great, but it's practice stuff. It's stuff to help me learn techniques and how to use the program. So now that we've made some stuff, I want to see if I can end this video by making something that, like I said earlier, is kind of neat, maybe not epic, but neat. And I want to animate my paint snake from the hot glue sculpting video. I want to animate him coming out of a little slimy paint puddle and going like that. Hopefully we can do something with this guy. I think he's pretty cool. He's a bit of an organic subject because he's all slimy. He's like a Venom, kind of. I think he would be a good subject for my first, hey, I'm trying animation in 2D. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it and try to do something with this. Let's do it. Alrighty, so that is pretty much it for this one, guys. I really enjoyed this, and I will definitely be incorporating some 2D animation work into the channel, as well as keeping 3D here and exploring all other dimensions of animation that I can, and art in general. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. So if you would, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.